learn about what they might do with that. Affiliate marketing for them is exists, but they hadn't really used it until COVID as much as they could. Now, if you notice, there's a ton of affiliates on Amazon. That's because they've expanded and made it into a fairly large portion of their existence. Fire phone didn't take off too well, but Fire TV, yes. So, and then of course we have Alexa that's not even on here. So you can kind of see where it's going. My Alexa may have just heard me talking to her. Boston Consulting Group has a third way of doing it. And this one is one that a lot of people love because one, you can make bubbles, which is always fun. And what they do is they look at the growth rates and they look at market share. And they take a look at a bunch of their products in a line. So this is kind of fun because computers is great. So in a computer line for a particular company, they may own a lot of different things, right? They could own mainframes and they could produce them. They could do laptops and personal computers. They could do handheld things like tablets or netbooks, etc. And they may have integration into a phone. Apple, Microsoft, all of these. Now what they need to decide is where they're actually going to put their resources. So if this was, let's pretend ABC company, they may look at their mainframe and they may realize that the market share is fairly low on their mainframe computers. And guess what? The growth is really low. So now they've got to make some decisions. This is kind of what they call their dog. In other words, the thing that, is there, but not really great. Kind of a condescending term to my favorite animal, dogs. Their laptops, their personal computers, they may not have a lot of growth, but it is the cash cow. Let's be honest. We all replace them. They've got a replacement. We're not going to penetrate much deeper because most people have one, but we have to replace them. Then you start to look at the handhelds and the palms. This is where you've got some opportunity, right? There's a lot of growth in the arena, and there's a lot of opportunities as we get even more sophisticated in our uses of computers. There's a lot of opportunity there. Now, what do you do with the phone? Okay. It's a question mark, isn't it? Because it can be a problem child depending on who you are. Obviously, if you're Apple, this is not a problem child. This is a sustainable. But if you are some other companies, they aren't necessarily their best cash cow. So this is another way of looking at your opportunities. Every company does this differently. And a lot of times it will depend on what all those sticky notes that everybody puts out there. And you'll start to identify them into groupings. So you may identify them into market groupings. You might identify them into present market, new market, etc. Any of these are doable ways of taking all of your products and starting to look to see which ones you want to concentrate on, and also allowing everybody in your organization to find out what's going on. Because what will happen is that if you're in a room and you're all putting down all your different things that you know are existing in the company and new product, let's say it's just the conversation is all about new products. And somebody puts down, yeah, we're going to expand into Israel. And you go, what? There you go. The last one is literally looking at your competitive advantages. This one is the favorite one when you're trying to figure out how to market to your competitors' weaknesses. So what you're doing is you look at your focus and your competitive advantage, and you're looking to see where the competition has cost advantages and differentiation advantages. And then this is a pretty deep dive, right? And then you've got to look at whether you're going to focus or whether this is niche. And you start to pull in why your consumers are patronizing your firm and not the competition, or vice versa, depending on which way you want to look at it. And you're trying to understand what need and wants, back to chapter 1, you're going after, and which needs and wants your competitors are going after. And it really does allow you to start to analyze them differently. This is just one of many different ways you can do it. A lot of people will do strengths, weaknesses like a SWOT analysis, which is very popular as well. So why do you do all that? Because this allows all the people in the company, your human resources and your assets and everybody, to look and see what you're planning on doing. And by creating the strategic plan,